going to check in with you without even you making the effort. So a lot of times folks will create a learned behavior by doing that. You create for them that same behavior, so they'll just either automatically call you
Yeah.
or maybe even check in with you. So you yourself have created a habit where you're actually leveraging other people to do what you would normally do.
Mhm.
If you keep that conversation going.
No, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you. Somebody else have?
I was gonna say, to Brent's thing about catching up with people face to face, one thing that I used to do was I would make sure that at certain events where I knew there would be multiple contacts there, that I would, attend and make sure that I, have a second, take a few minutes and chat with that person at that event and try to in addition to meeting the new people,
Right.
check in with people that I already know because I know that they'll be at, different events. That helps kind of keep you from having 8,000 coffee breaks and lunch breaks.
And once you start to get into a groove, it's going to seem seamless because you're going to stand out because you are taking the initiative to reach out to the person. And to your point, it is true that you start to create habits, but even when I first started, it took a minute for people to start to reach back out. But once again, when I do this, it's not about me. It's about them. So even in the event that, in some of my communications, I put, if you're busy, I can understand. I just want to see how you're doing. So I kind of let them off the hook so they don't necessarily feel like they're obligated to have to reach back out to me. But there's been situations where I've reached out to people maybe 3 or 4 times and I didn't receive anything back, but I saw them at a conference. The first thing that they say, oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm so glad that you reached out to me. I've just been so busy, yada, 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 yada. But I had to really mature myself because when I first started doing it, I was like, let me just reach out to them because I know I'm going to get something back from them. And I really didn't understand that until I let that go.
Let go of the expectation.
Yeah, let go of the expectation. I'm not attached to that particular outcome. Because once again, it's not about me, it's about them. And the universe will take care of me based off of that. Any other questions?
Right here.
Sir?
Yeah. How do you identify a mentor and then how do you approach them about them being a mentor?
Well, let's get specific. Do you want to meet a mentor? Is that a general question or this is applying to something that you want to do right now?
I think it would help.
Okay.
To define, help me define some goals of where I want to be and how to get there.
Okay. Do you know any individual, you're in HR, right?
Yes.
Do you know any senior HR people?
Yes.
Do you respect these senior HR people? Do you have access to these HR people?
Yes.
Reach out to them. It's that simple. And don't say, hey, I want you to be my mentor. Don't do that. Just say, hey, if possible, I would like to sit down and talk to you about your experiences. Something on the lines of that. So you get to the point where when you sit down with him or her and have that interaction and they see that you are a genuine person, they're going to want to spend more time with you. But let me also say this also. When it comes to finding a mentor, it is your responsibility to drive that relationship. Because I've seen some, I'll put myself on the plate. I missed out on, I can reach out to this person again, but I thought that it was the mentor's responsibility to check in with me to see how I was doing. So I had a rude awakening. He was like, dude, I'm so busy, I don't have time for that. You need to get in front of me to get some time with me to sit down and talk. He was very open about it, but he was like, you need to come to me, I'm not gonna come to you. And I still need to come with him. Maybe I'll do that, reach out to him tonight. But you drive it. And here's the key thing when it comes to mentors. We're at an age right now, I'm not saying this is anybody in this room, but this is how I was when I first started. Once again, I thought I knew everything. And it was to a point where, with me thinking that I knew everything, I didn't need mentors. But little did I know, these mentors are ready and willing to pour into you. You just have to engage them and let them know that you're interested. And make it also a two-way relationship. Just because that person is at a high level doesn't necessarily mean he doesn't value your feedback, your time, your overall ideas and things of that nature. Make it a mutual beneficial relationship, you do that and your mentor relationships will be great. Actually, you know what? Let me get your contact information also, because I would want to keep in contact with you with regards to that, because approaching a mentor also could be a little scary, because we have it fixed in our mind that this person is so high up that they wouldn't want to talk to us, but they eat cereal also, they're human, they breathe, and that's the mentality. You have to be very, very respectful, but at the same time, they want to be treated that same way. Now, when it comes to their corporate job, maybe they're power hungry, but you know, even these superstars, they want to be treated like a normal individual. But a lot of times people are walking on eggshells and so afraid to reach out to them that they're just thinking, well, nobody wants to reach out to them, so let me just continue to go on with my business. If that makes any sense. But yeah, let me exchange contact information, because I would still want to, there's other things that you can do to get that going. I want to see you talk to these high-level mentors, because you do that, you can have that executive sponsor that will have those conversations, you know, in the room. Any other questions? I know we're like 5 minutes over, so my apologies. But, as you see, if you wanted to reach out, very, very accessible. I also have my business cards. The only thing that I ask, if you do take a business card or reach out to me, let's create some sort of dynamic. You know, it's not just, hey, here's my business card, let's keep it moving. Because I'm the type of person where I don't want to feel like I've wasted a business card. if that makes sense. The only thing you have to do is just reach out. And reach out in any method that you feel more comfortable with. Like I said, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, text message, email. I've given you all avenues to gain access to me. And let me tell you what I tell a lot of people. I don't let that many people have that type of access to me. But now you do. So use it to your advantage. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Eric, the testimonial.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You know what? Testimonials are like my lifeline. So if you felt like you gained value based off of this, if you can give me a quick, 60-second, you don't have to be 60 seconds, but 30-second testimonial,
15,
I would greatly appreciate it. Don't be shy. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Yay.